Hey, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Shai, double honors to our elders at Great Millstone, and honors to all you brothers doing this work in truth and sincerity. We're brothers out here in the San Francisco Bay Area camp. I'm Yahweh Call. I not.
Shalom, Bania.
Yeah, so just wanted to go into some edification on James Madison. He was the fourth president of this United States, or the so-called United States. So we're just going to go right into it. First, this brother's going to bring out Mark, the 4th chapter.
Want me to start at the top?
Mark 4 and 22.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 4, verse 22. For there is nothing hid which shall not be manifested, neither was there anything kept secret, but that it should come abroad.
Right, so everything's being revealed about the so-called white man, all right, and his so-called founding fathers. All right, so I'm just going to go to Wikipedia to read a little bit about him. It's James Madison Jr., he's of 1751 to 1836. He was an American statesman, political theorist, and the 4th president of the United States, which he was the president during the so-called War of 1812. That's when that was during the time when a lot of the Rothschilds, they came up on a lot of Europe's property, or a lot of Europe's resources. All right, he is hailed as the father of the Constitution, right? And in that Constitution, our people are considered 3/5 of human beings, all right, and savages, for being instrumental in the drafting of the United States Constitution and as the key champion and author of the United States Bill of Rights. He served as a politician much of his adult life. I'm going to jump down. He was a Secretary of State, as you can see. He's a leader in the House of Representatives. He said he drafted many basic laws. So he came up with the Bill of Rights. All right, so this is an important double. The so-called American system is based on much of the work that this devil did. Alright, I'm going to jump down. Madison found the war to be an administrative nightmare, this referring to the War of 1812, as the United States had neither a strong army nor financial system. As a result, he afterwards supported a stronger national government and a strong military, as well as the national bank, which he had long opposed, which a lot of them devils, they didn't want a national bank because they knew that's when the international bankers would really get their hold on a lot of the resources. All right, so because there's always been little schisms and divisions amongst even the elites. Like other Virginian statesmen in the slave society, he was a slaveholder who inherited his plantation known as Montpelier, it's over there in Virginia, and owned hundreds of slaves during his lifetime to cultivate tobacco and other crops. Madison supported the 3/5 compromise that allowed 3/5 of the enumerated population of slaves to be counted for representation. All right, can you get Exodus 21? Go to 16.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 21, verse 16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
Yeah, so James Madison, his descendants are going to be put to death because his descendants inherited their wealth off of him. All right, off of the enslavement of our people. And again, this is one of the so-called great American founding fathers. This is the 4th installment we did, and George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and this devil all owned slaves. And John Adams, he wasn't in opposition of it publicly. All right. Get some more information, and now I'll jump to the Society of the Cincinnati, which that's one of the society. It's another secret society in which I believe this devil was a part of, and numerous of the so-called founding fathers, leading generals, and that's what Cincinnati, Ohio, was named after. I believe there's some information in here. Bear with me 1 second. Yeah, this is United States presidents who were and are Freemasons. I'm gonna jump down. Yeah, James Madison, 4th president of the United States, confirmed Mason. Madison is said to have been a member of Hiram Lodge number 59 in Westmoreland County, Virginia, a lodge which had only a short existence and whose records are lost. Was married to a Todd of the Satanic Collins, according to the Illuminati bloodlines by Fitz Springmeyer. His vice president was George Clinton, who was also a confirmed Mason in the Illuminati. All right, so man, he was with the Illuminati. I believe we're going to read this about the Society of the Cincinnati, which he was involved. And he was the devil. All right, can you go to Isaiah, the 47th chapter, where it says, "Shall as labor from my youth." Yeah, start at
13 or 12.
Start at 12.
Isaiah chapter 47 verse 12. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries.
Right, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries. Albert Pike brought out that masonry is witchcraft. Okay, and he's regarded as one of the pioneers, one of the great innovators, so-called, in masonry, and he brought it out right there that their god is Lucifer. So that's why the scriptures say, "Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries." Keep going.
Wherein thou hast labored from thy youth.
Wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. That's talking about the inception of America. All right, because he's one of the main founding fathers. Talking about James Madison, he drafted the Bill of Rights. You know, he was the one who mainly constructed the Constitution.
Yep.
And he's a confirmed Mason with the Illuminati.
Yep.
So that's what it's talking about. Where it says, "Wherein thou hast labored from thy youth," from the inception of America. Because people like to talk about how America's losing its morality, and there's a moral decay. America's been wicked. All right, America's been satanic. You want to say something about that?
Yeah, I was gonna say when you're indoctrinated into Masonry, you take the oath of the square, which basically you swear on the Bible, and that's an inauguration, which goes back to augury, which means witchcraft or sorcery. So when you're a Mason, you're a witch, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Or a wizard, a warlock, all the same synonymous terms.
Right. Keep going.
Wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, if so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail.
Yeah, so this is the Most High being sarcastic. All right, so if you think that's going to deliver you, you keep on with it. All right, but the thing is, everything's being exposed. All right, as we speak. All right, whenever there's a little attack, so-called terrorist attack, like what happened over there in Kenya, all right, people are saying, "Well, look, is that a false flag?" You know, it happened at a Westgate Mall, which those Westgate malls are owned by the so-called Jew. That they're everywhere. They're up in Seattle. There's one not too far from here. There's a few not too far from here.
Yep.
All right.
Yep, I work in one, and all of them, the majority of the workers are rats, so-called Jews.
Yeah, they'll be in those kiosks.
Yeah, and I stump them when I start speaking Hebrew to them.
Mm-hmm.
What they think is Hebrew, which is actually Yiddish.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know the Lashon Kodash.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Verse 13. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. That's G20,
Yep.
summits, the mini Bilderberg group.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the counsels of the wicked.
Yep. And then after that, can you get what David said? Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked.
Okay.
And then we'll end off. I'll read a little bit about the Society of the Cincinnati, and then we'll leave off.
Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee.
Yeah, and what's coming upon you, you devils? All right, you so-called white people. Destruction. All right. Famine is coming to America, which a lot of you elites, you think that you're orchestrating it, but really the thought is coming from the Heavenly Father. All right, to bring forth His prophecy. All right, there's going to be uprisings that you're not expecting. There's controlled opposition. Then there's going to be uprisings that you're not going to expect, man. And then ultimately it's going to culminate in nuclear destruction. All right, because this society is going down in flames. All right, I'm going to read a little bit about this Society of the Cincinnati real quick. All right, the Society of the Cincinnati is an historical hereditary lineage organization with branches in the United States and France, founded in 1783 to preserve the ideals and fellowship of the American Revolutionary War officers. excuse me, the society, excuse me, the city of Cincinnati, Ohio, then a small village, was named after the society. Now in its third century, the society promotes public interest in the American Revolution through its library and museum collection, exhibitions, programs, publication, and other activities. Yeah, so it came up from Major General Knox. The first meeting was held in May 1783 at a dinner at Mount Gilead in Fishkill, New York. I want to get to some I'm gonna just pick out some of the information, you brothers. If you want to dig deeper, you can. All right. Later, in a system of primogeniture, so that pretty much means it's according to your lineage. Remember, the first son receiving. I looked it up. The first son pretty much receiving the blessing. Membership was passed down to the eldest son after the death of the original member. Present-day hereditary members generally must be descended from an officer who served in the Continental Army or Navy for at least 3 years, from an officer who died or was killed in service, or from an officer serving at the close of the Revolution. Yeah, so I'm going to just read some of the founding members. George Washington was elected the first President General of the Society. He served from December 1783 until his death in 1799. The second President General was Alexander Hamilton. Upon Hamilton's death due to his duel with Aaron Burr, the third President General of the Society was Charles Cotesworth Pinckney. In 1808, he ran successfully for President of the United States against James Madison. Its members have included notable military and political leaders, including 23 signers of the United States Constitution. The society is the oldest military society in continuous existence in North America, and most people never heard of this. This is a secret society. Mm-hmm. All right, I haven't seen Alex Jones going into this, but and the majority of them, if not all of them, they're Masons. Okay, which means they have different councils set up. I'm gonna just read some of the people off, some important people, and then they got the criticism. Right, so Alexander Hamilton, he was a part of it. George Washington, Henry Lee. Well, you brothers see it. This is all types of presidents, generals from the past, and then it's still in existence. Right, it has the presidents here: Andrew Jackson, Zachary Taylor, James Buchanan, Ulysses Grant, Grover Cleveland, Benjamin Harrison, William McKinley, Theodore Roosevelt, Woodrow Wilson, Warren Harding, Herbert Hoover, FDR, Truman, Reagan, and Bush. They're all part of this society. And look, it's all so-called white people. It's all Edomites, man. You don't see no Jake. There ain't no Geronimo's not in this. Nobody from the Iroquois Nation is involved in this. This is all so-called white people. All right, and this devil Madison, he's down with it too. All right, even though it doesn't explicitly list him. All right, now I'm going to read some of the criticism. When news of the foundation of the society spread, Judge Adonis Burke published several pamphlets under the pseudonym Cassius, where he criticized the society for being an attempt at reestablishing a hereditary nobility in the new republic. Because that's why there's all types of books that document it. Even now, they'll bring out information how Obama, he's related to Cheney, and the Bushes, they're related to the so-called royal line, which that's not even the real royal line. Or they entered into the real nobility over there in England, talking about Queen Elizabeth and Prince Henry and all those devils that are ruling over there now. That's why they'll bring it out on mainstream news. Like, okay, there's fourth cousins and third cousins. People don't think to put it all together. Yeah. And there's criticism of it even back then, which proves what? They were supposedly trying to break away from a monarch rule, but it's the same people ruling. There's not no equal representation here in America. That's always been a bunch of bullshit, and even other Edomites knew that, man, going back right after the American Revolution, because that's when this was instituted, and we see the influence that this society, as other societies have had. where he criticized the society for being an attempt at reestablishing an hereditary nobility in the new republic. And that's what it is. You can only get up in a position of power if you're from that bloodline. Alright, the pamphlets entitled An Address to the Freemen of South Carolina and Consideration on the Society of Order of Cincinnati sparked a general debate that included prominent names, including Thomas Jefferson and John Adams. The critics voiced concern about the apparent creation of an hereditary elite. Membership eligibility is inherited through primogeniture and generally excluded enlisted men and militia officers unless they were placed under state line or continental line forces for a substantial time period, and their descendants. So pretty much low-ranking military members, they were excluded. Why? Because they're not calling the shots, man. Benjamin Franklin was among the society's earliest critics, though he later accepted its role and joined the Pennsylvania Society as an honorary member after the country stabilized. So he joined the Pennsylvania Society. It's the same thing as the Cincinnati Society. They just branched off. That's all it is. So look, all these people, they're in cahoots together, going back during the time when we were in slavery. He was concerned about the creation of a quasi-noble order and of the society's use of the eagle in its emblem as evoking the traditions of heraldry and the English aristocracy. I'm going to just read this this part. The influence of the Cincinnati members, former officers, and was another concern. When delegates to the Constitutional Convention were debating the method of choosing a president, James Madison reported the following speech of Elbridge Gerry of Massachusetts. A popular election in this case is radically vicious. The ignorance of the people would put it in the power of some one set of men dispersed through the Union acting in concert to delude them into any appointment. He observed that such a society of men existed in the order of the Cincinnati. They are respectable, united, and influential. They will in fact elect the chief magistrate in every instance if the election be referred to the people. Which what? That's why, okay, yeah, they give you somebody to vote for, but it's already orchestrated by the elites.
Yep.
So this is the devil we were just going into, James Madison. And how did he know about him? Because he was with him, man. Alright, Jerry's respect for the characters composing the society could not blind him to the danger and impropriety of throwing such a power into their hands. So James Madison, he's so-called speaking against, but he's with it the whole time because he's in concert with him, man. They were all founding fathers. But see, this is going back to one of your great so-called founding fathers, talking about how your society would just be ruled by a small number of elites who get their status hereditarily. All right, you got something?
I got precept.
Oh yeah, bring it out.
This is Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself.
Yeah, read that again out.
Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself.
That's what's happening right now. You devils, you can't hide yourself. This information is out here. Alright, and through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, starting with our elders, we're exposing you, man. Alright, keep going.
His seed is spoiled. That's those bloodlines. And his brethren.
Right.
And his neighbors, and he is not.
Right, you're not. You're going to be a no people, man. You're getting ready to be destroyed and go into slavery. Hey, can you get that in Psalms? Did you find it? Alright, yeah, and then we'll end off. Like I said, brothers can go in more. Just want to, dig in a little bit.
Psalm 64.
Psalm Salakia. All right.
This is Psalm 64, verse 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
Right, and that's what the whole American Revolution was. They're just rising up into power. All right, in society, the Cincinnati, that's just one of their apparatuses by which they rule the world. All right, unto this day. And it's a secret council, man. Because the guy he chose. It was controversial. Nobody knew about it when he came out with the pamphlet. Even now, when people bring it out, it's so far fetched. All right, because they've kept it in secret for so long. But it's actually the truth. All right, it's documented. Keep going.
who whet their tongue like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words.
Yeah, that's right, because they put this in their legislation. A lot of this is
Yep.
law, man.
3/5 compromise.
Exactly. Keep going.
That they may shoot in secret at the perfect.
Right, because it's all constructed to destroy the nation of Israel. All right, I don't want to write this out later on in a week. We'll go into some documents that clearly state that the purpose is to exterminate so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Those particular people. All right, because really we're the perfect, even though our people are going off right now. We were made to be the upright people of the earth. All right, to rule in righteousness.
Yep.
And in the kingdom, all of our people, the nigga on the corner selling drugs, all right, the homie with the tattoos on his face, got 18th Street on his head, that man's going to be righteous, man. He's going to be perfect in the kingdom.
Yep.
All right, as wicked as the majority of our people are now. Mm-hmm. And then Esau knows that we're the perfect, all right, and that's why he sets all these different traps and encourages our people to do all types of wicked behavior, man.
That's right.
All right, because he knows as long as we keep messing up, pretty much, that the Most High is going to jack us up. You see, he ordained an elect. Adawan Ratazah, meaning Lord's will, we're a part of that number that are going to receive a pardon for our sins. All right, we're going to be cleansed, even though we're from a nation of people with unclean lips, as Isaiah said. You got something up?
Yep. I was just looking for in Peter's where he says, "Be ye perfect, for I am perfect." Talking about the Lord's people.
Right.
The
You can bring it out in Matthew, the 5th chapter. The last verse. The Lord himself spoke about that. Matthew 5 and 48.
It says, Matthew's chapter 5, verse 48. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect.
That's right. Yep. And like I said, we want to shoot at the perfect. Mm-hmm. Who is the Lord talking to, man? He's talking to our people. He's talking to the disciples, the Israelites. All right? He wasn't talking to the whole world, okay? He was talking only to the Israelites. Mm-hmm. And like with that, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, double honors to the elders again at Great Millstone, taught us his truth, and honors to all the brothers. All right, and they stay strong. Shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah, I was looking that shit up at work. The little society in Cincinnati. I was looking up the different presidents. I think I was looking up Madison. Oh shit! I never heard of that. What's good? How you doing? All right.